On to business then.
What is it, love? Are you still having problems with the dead? I swear, you'd think they had enough of me in life.
Something's troubled me a little about you. You fight so desperately. At first I thought you simply lacked in patience, but now I see it's urgency that drives you. What is it that you're after, really?
Miserable fools.
How's that?
Has lovely Aphrodite put you in a trance already, Zagreus? Or might I offer you the blessing of Olympus to intensify her catastrophic power with my own?
You live within the bosom of the earth and know its warmth. But there is no such warmth up here, young Zagreus. You truly wish to feel the bitter cold of the outside. Then here.
Ahoy, what's new of late?
I have to tell you, Sisyphus, sometimes I wish I knew more about your past. You must have been a great king.
Well, the thing is that I wasn't, Highness. And that's not modesty from me, all right? All behind me now, and I'd appreciate it if we left it at that.
I hear you, sir. Though whatever you did in your mortal days, you've since more than paid for it, I'm sure. Wait, is that why you're still here in Tartarus? Because you think you deserve this?
It's more like this is where I belong, where my path has taken me, you know? Here in the underworld, you can't entirely escape your past, and yet it's like you get another life to live, with all the wisdom that you picked up along the way. I got you covered, Prince.
Cheers, mate. You're looking as stately as ever there, Baldy. Hey, you two, how's everything lately? On speaking terms again? Or singing terms?
Oh, things are going very wonderfully, my friend. I never thought I'd see Eurydice again. After
Orphe still just can't shut up about that time, hun. But we're making progress. Thanks for having him stop by. I'm sure he needed plenty of encouragement.
Over there.
Zagreus, rather than greet you as I normally would do, instead allow me to present you my illustrious, kind, generous Lord Father, your greatest Uncle Zeus.
Thank you for the introduction, daughter. Now, you run along, go frolic with your nymphs or something. Leave me to assist my nephew here. Bestow on him your faint blessing if you must.
All right. You can't stop me.
Because you're now well accustomed to our little chats, but I want you to level with me here. You're the boss. If you prefer, I'd be happy to shut up. No harm, no foul. Just give the signal, hey?
Perish the thought, Lord Hermes. It's been great hearing from you from time to time.
All right, boss. Just making sure that I'm not interrupting anything.
Rematch?
Beware, Asterius! The demon comes! The demon who would sever the fraternal bonds we share if we so much as drop our guard!
What? You think I'm here to ruin your friendship? Look, to each his own in that regard, though, since you bring it up, I really don't see why Asterius puts up with you.
You see? Just as I said! Cover your bovine ears, Asterius, for this monstrosity would poison us to get the upper hand!
Snakes and serpents rank amongst the creatures somewhat known to Zagreus, due to their presence in the underworld. So it is with delight that he approaches one upon the surface, greeting it as a familiar friend. It greets him venomously back, using its fangs.
Thank you, thank you.
Boy.
I thought about about it more, Mother, and I would like very much if you and Father were to share this. Though, maybe don't let on where you got it, just in case.
This is splendid, Zagreus, but please, if there's one thing I've learned since we met, it's that the trust we share is at the very foundation of our relationships. Why shouldn't he know who this is from? Besides, I think he could figure it out.
Well, when it came to the Olympians, you said yourself that there was only so much truth that they could tolerate. Are you sure Father would be tolerant knowing I got this for the both of you?
I'm sure enough. And if he isn't, I suppose it's more for me.
Well, just as long as someone puts it to good use.
You know I always wanted to be a mother, Zagreus. But after you were born, I was certain I had lost my chance. Then one fine morning you just walked into my life. And here we are. I still cannot entirely believe it. What I mean is, I love you, son. I'm doing my best.
I know. I love you too, Mother.
Turns out there's still an awful lot to do around here, isn't there, Zagreus? I'm still getting caught up on day-to-day affairs.
Day-to-day? How can you even tell it's day around here anyway, Mother?
Well, that was just a guess now that you mention it. In any case, forgive me if I don't get swooped up in every household detail, all right?
Never. Kidding, of course.
Prince. I think I see that look again, if I'm not mistaken in it, lad. What's on your mind? If you'd like to share, I'm listening.
Oh, it's just... sometimes I find my thoughts, they wander between those I care about. It's not just one. You mortals, typically you had a single suitor, did you not?
So we often told each other, yes. But you're not like us mortals, or us shades. Nor are most of the others here. You gods, I cannot think of even one who had a single mate. Although your father, maybe he is one.
Wait, you're saying Father, he was never with somebody else besides my mother?
Well, I of course don't know so very much about him, lad. But that's the way of it from what I've learned. You needn't follow in his footsteps, though. I think you know that well enough by now.
Oh, hi!
Miss Dusa, I, wanted to apologize for when I pried about your past. I just wanted to get to know you better, but I was insensitive and I'm sorry.
Oh, Your Highness, Zagreus, come on. Don't even worry about it. I'd already forgotten. Really, no big deal. It's just the past me. It's as though it wasn't even me. This is me now. I'm glad I'm here.
And I'm glad too.
Hey.
Thanatos, I wanted to apologize for the last time I approached you with a bottle of the real thing and give the whole exchange another shot. Would that be all right?
You're asking my consent to give me yet another lavish gift. Sure. Permission granted. Though, what makes you think that your approach this time is going to be any more successful than the last?
I don't know that it will. I never really know exactly where I stand with you. But I know how I feel. And I'd rather be upfront with you, even if it means risking our relationship such as it is.
Our relationship? It wasn't long ago you were prepared to throw it all away while making for the surface, if you don't recall. But now you're saying that you care for me. And what exactly, Zagreus?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Than. I should not have left the way I did without letting you know. But when you found me, I think that's when I knew, or started to realize, you know?
Yes, I know, I think, because when I heard you took off, the anger that I felt, it wasn't something I expected. So, what do we do now?
Maybe we ought to take our time. Unlike the real thing there, that's a commodity we have in good supply. Just know that if you feel the way I do, you know where to find me. And if not, I'm grateful anyway.
I see. Well then. The best that I can say for now is that I'm grateful too for this. Take care of yourself, Zag.
You too. Here's the fee. Here, Thanatos, why don't you have yourself this little table?
What use has death incarnate for such things?
Here you go. The head chef certainly is going to need a place to safely care for all the fish I've been hauling in.
Last that I checked, this was not Poseidon's domain.
I think we'll go with this. Perhaps the mystery of whether it's day or night around here will finally be solved.
A sundial at last. Indeed.
Time seems to stand quite still within the eternal realm of the dead, evidenced even by the means of measuring its passage.
Looks like it's 7:48.
I had envisioned that you would succeed. At last, the bridge to chaos is restored. Thank you so very much, my child. I shall be going then, and I shall presently return. Please have no fear. And now, farewell. I shall bring Chaos your kindest regards.
Please do. Until next time, Nyx. Those spices working out all right? Always a pleasure.
Come here.
Meg, what a surprise. Again. What is it? What's the matter? Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
Zagreus, would you shut up with your idiotic questions and get over here right now?
You really... Oh. I thought you'd never ask, but I'm glad you did. Wow. Meg, what I'm trying to say is, are we good? Or...
Stop being insecure around me, Zach. You should know better than that by now. Though yes, if you must know, I think we're good. But if you tell another living soul, or even a dead one, I will kill you. Understand?
Loud and clear, Meg, yes, I understand. So then, what happens now?
What happens now? I'll see you at the edge of Tartarus, I guess. Or maybe here, however long we keep this up.
However long we keep this up?
You ask too many questions, Zag. I don't have the answers, and besides, you know more about living in the moment than I do. See you around.
Forget about the surface, boy. You are not missing much. Here we have warmth and wealth, stability. Up there, nothing of the sort.
Hope Nyx is all right.
I have detected some unusual activity within the reaches of the underworld, son of Hades. Vast sums of darkness collected in an ancient catalyst, which I see now almost like a beacon shining in the night. This either is the work of Nyx, or you, or both. I am anticipating the result.
I suppose even down in the underworld you would have heard such tales of me, young man. They're all untrue, except the tales of my bravery. Those are completely accurate, though all too modest in most cases, I must say.
Stay out of my way next time.
Despite whatever difficulties you've encountered, dear cousin, again and again you have never yielded. I must admit, your strength of will is quite inspiring, for even I have doubts from time to time. It's all the clearer to me why the goddess Nyx spoke so highly of you.
Useless lot.
Yes.
Greatest wars require great alliances, my kin. And so I shall entrust to you some of the greatest methods of destruction I've devised thus far. I've got a feeling this time, man, like things are really going to take a turn for you, and I mean for the better, almost certainly, I think.
You got anyone special in your life, by the way, hon? You seem like you'd be good for somebody out here.
You know what? Yes, I do, Eurydice. Things have moved so fast for me lately, I barely stop to think about it, though. It helps not having to go through everything alone, just knowing I'll see them again soon.
Know what you mean. And hey, that's great. Long as you can still be yourself. I've known too many nymphs. Their whole lives revolved around somebody they loved. I bet whoever it is that loves you, it's because of who you are.
Not that I really know exactly what you're up to, Cuz, but if I did, I don't think anybody in Olympus is aware of it. Or, if they are, they're keeping their mouth shut, the same as me.
I ought to have been cast into the meadows of sprawling asphodel, not here. Not with these kings and braggarts. What am I doing here? Waiting, lingering, transfixed on something that was never mine, something I never had. Then what am I to do?
Well, what's it going to be this time, stranger? The Hydrolite? Maybe the kiss of Styx?
You sure you don't need any of this stuff, sir? I really appreciate it, but I don't want to take it for granted.
Oh, come. This is Elysium. Taking such things for granted is the point. We gloried shades receive our stipend of the finest goods, so we can battle till we've had our fill. But I've already had my fill, I think.
I know this ambrosia originated on Olympus, Lady Athena, though through its long voyage to these depths I trust its savor is more worthy of your grace. No one's ever had a greater cousin, and I'll never forget what you've done for me.
Zagreus, when Nyx revealed herself to me and I first learned of you, I saw it as an opportunity to bridge the great divide between Olympus and your father's realm. But having had all these glimpses into who you are, it is an even greater honor to have forged this partnership with you.
A challenger? He would pit you against me, Asterius. I can see it in his mismatched eyes. I cannot shake the terrible vision that someday or night it shall be me standing alone here whilst you take sides against me with that fiend.
Asterius, about that, please consider it a standing offer if you like. I'd rather have you as a friend than as a foe. Not sure that I can say the same for Theseus, of course.
You poisonous worm! I knew you had a more sinister trick at play, because your fighting style certainly is of no concern just on its own. Are there truly no depths to which you would not stoop?
Beyond this point lies such a horrifying fate that we had better speak no more of it for now.
Did pretty well that time. I have to ask you something, Orpheus. It seems like everything has been all right for you, except you don't look very happy to me, mate. Is everything all right? Between you and Eurydice, I mean.
Oh, but your concern is much appreciated, friend. I feel I am in an everlasting bliss. It simply does not show upon my countenance. Perhaps through song is how I best express myself.
You're doing wonderfully at it, mate.
Go on, Hades. Try saying something nice to him for once.
You are a hard worker.
Achilles, sir, you happen to know whether Father authorized the transfer of a Macedonian Tau Lambda chariot to Elysium in recent memory? I ran into the former hero Theseus all joyriding about in one of those.
I know the chariot you mean. It's not just any Macedonian. It's modified, apparently by Daedalus himself. No earthly weapons can do what it does. Though, please don't tell me Theseus put on that mask.
What, you mean the golden matching mask? I saw him wearing it all right. Looked like a proper fool, I thought. What of it, though?
Well, I think that Daedalus would certainly agree. Heard that he fashioned that mask and outfit as a little joke. For someone deeply prideful and well unaware. It must have suited Theseus quite well then, yes?
That it did, most definitely, sir.
Hi!
How's your relationship with Nyx been lately, Dusa? She strikes me as a pretty intense supervisor. You getting on okay?
Oh, Miss Nyx? I'll do whatever she says. Why? Did she say something about me? She did. Oh, why would you be asking otherwise? Oh no, am I losing my job?
Hey, no, it's not like that. It's just a feeling that I've had from glimpses of the interactions that I've seen between you two. I haven't always got along with Nyx, but I know she cares deeply about this house and everyone in it, including you.
Well, that's nice to know. She cares about my work performance, that's for very sure, and I'm doing everything I can to live up to and exceed her expectations. Tell her that.
I may not use those exact words. Contractor, I have another job. An intricate mosaic just above my bed chambers should make having to go in feel less bad, I think. This ought to be interesting.
Since you finally acted on your pent-up passion for the Fury Megara, yes, little godling? These types of things, they don't escape my notice, and they're always so enjoyable to see.
Going in. Nyx, you're here.
I thank you for this, child. My greetings to you, child. How unusual that we should come in contact here. Chaos and I had quite a bit of catching up to do. Please go about your business, and I shall see you back inside the house in time. Provided you return there, of course. And thank you for this, once again.
It was my pleasure. Take care of each other.
It pleases me immensely, son of Hades, to have seen the goddess Nyx again. The significant amount of time that has elapsed since last this happened told sufficiently old pains, I think. Thus it becomes a basis on which our connection may, in time, take shape again.
I warn you, Zagreus, as not to make attempts to grow much closer with me thus. I'm much your elder, after all, and you're my little sprout. What say we keep it that way,
That's what you get.
I think you might enjoy it on Olympus. There's a lot of feasting here, I guess, and the air is cool and crisp, and it's much brighter than it is down there. Sounds like a dream, right?
Hit me. All right, then. This is the greatest delicacy of Olympus, Master Chaos. It's for you. I think normally it would be difficult for the Olympians to get it to you here.
You make an even greater offering to me, knowing it shall produce no material result. You are aware that I am not persuadable. Yours is a squandering of resources and time. Although, of course, we do have each of these in great supply. Now then, respond.
I just think the act of giving isn't quite the same as an exchange. I know I won't be getting any sort of other talisman or something in return, but through these offerings, I can express my thanks. That's worth it by itself.
I see. So then the action is akin to theft. For you are getting something in return that I did not intend to give. I still have much to learn from my creation, son of Hades, so let us say that we have made an even trade. My learning for your worth.
Should come in useful.
Wouldn't you know it, boss? I was just minding my own business, handing off a few dearly departed souls to my professional associate, and who shows up but you?
These two.
I'm telling you, you're wrong, Asterius. He is no royalty, most certainly not any I would recognize. He's but a nameless, long-forgotten minor god, born of the depths and bound to stay in them.
I, too, once was berated by such words, King. We've faced this enemy how many times? At my estimation, he's fought bravely here.
Bravely? Hiding behind those pillars is what you call bravely, Asterius? We shall have to discuss this strange lapse of judgment after we achieve our victory.
A gift.
How have you been seeing the Fury Megara, cuz? Got the impression she was quite a handful, though I guess the same can probably be said of you there, huh? You two have fun.
The oft-impatient Zagreus appears to take repeated deaths in stride, and so, here comes another one for him.
No, wait!
Well, that was interesting.
Boy, Zagreus. Continue to perform your duties as you have.
Take care, Father.
You sure that you're all right with everything? I wouldn't want you to be caught up in the middle of all this. If you so much as said to call it off.
No, Meg, no, Meg, come on. No, are you kidding me? I mean, I couldn't be happier about it, really. You deserve this. As long as you're happy yourself, right?
Well, thank you, Dusa. You've always been so kind. I don't quite know what to say.
Hey, now, that's my line. Look, though, I better get going, but I just want to say this is great news, all right? Thank you for telling me.
You're right. And same to you.
Here's all I caught. Till next time. I've had the opportunity to use your aspect of Varatha, sir. So you once wielded it yourself. It fills me with a hunger for battle even more so than usual. A bit of your fighting spirit, perhaps.
Be very wary of that spirit, lad. It was what brought me here before my time. Although that spear indeed once served me well. A parting gift from my old master Chiron. He cautioned me as I'm cautioning you. Though may you be a better listener.
I can't imagine you weren't always a good listener, Achilles. What's going on with Charon, by the way, if you can tell me, Than? He's never been particularly talkative, but he really seems to know the inner workings of this place.
I correspond with Charon all the time, but even I don't know the full extent of his responsibilities. He's an independent contractor of sorts, been here forever. Your father gives him plenty of space to work.
He must be compensated pretty well for having done this for so long, tending the influx of new souls and all of that.
I doubt he's in it for the compensation, Zagreus. There is no underworld without Charon. I think he knows that, and your father knows it too.
I never thought of it like that. Here's the commission. A painting of the finest spot in all the underworld seems suitable to have in here.
Why settle for a painting when you could just go get yourself killed there now?
Was bound to happen, really. Nyx, this was the least I could do. King of the Olympians, Lord Zeus, forgive this offer of ambrosia, for I know you have no limit of it there. But here it is the finest gift that can be given, and even still it isn't anything compared to all you've done for me. Thank you, Uncle.
Now, nephew, you are most generous indeed in showing all this deference to me. But we must keep some distance, shouldn't we? Lest all the others here, why, they would be most jealous if they caught me playing favorites. Even though you are my favorite. Presently, at least. Well, my nephew, you're admittedly in quite a bind down there. But what is life without its struggles, hmm? You'll make it here eventually, I'm certain.
One less giant evil crystal, then.
Well, would you just look at yourself, Zach? You are like a walking stockpile of ambrosia, aren't you? Taking the best care of it at that. I knew I could count on you, but I didn't know I could just be so proud of you, you know, man?
Let me have it.
You have come. How strange it is to be subjected to the fates. But do not fall into the cognitive delusion that they have already made your choices for you, son of Hades. Rather, they are keen about anticipating every choice that everyone shall make, such as the following.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
You know I can hit even harder than usual with a pact of punishment working against you. Maybe that's why you signed it, to pity me.
I have my reasons. Pitying you isn't one of them. Although I guess you don't believe me, do you?
No, I don't think I do. Come on then, and let's see where all your pity gets you.
If you'll forgive me, Master Chaos, this ambrosia is intended to be given to those whom I care about, and I can think of few recipients I'd like to have it more. Please.
I shall accept this as a final offering, O son of Hades. For I have given it additional consideration and decided that my previous analysis of your intentions was too narrow, too inaccurate, and I regret comparing what you have been doing to an act of theft. Respond?
Don't even mention it, please, Master Chaos. All of this is new for me as well. I try never to overanalyze. My father does enough of that for all of us. I just know when I encounter the primordial creator, I'm going to give thanks. For everything.
I see. Then your response is quite acceptable. And since the act of giving is not an exchange, let us say that you already had my gratitude.
Gentlemen.
I hope you're perfectly pleased with yourself, Hellspawn, because Asterius has been quite cross with me, such as he is. He says I have misjudged the likes of you. Outrageousness.
You don't hear me, King. We still have a lot to learn about this foe. Each Titan is differently equipped. Weapons, God-given abilities, and such. Despite our efforts, it's been difficult to read his strategies.
And now you're saying I can't fight Asterius? Even though I had no difficulty besting you within that maze of yours? Come on, let's do this fight!
You are somewhat stronger than expected, boy.
Oh, he's tough for an old man.
Welcome back.
You know, that painting in your bedchambers, it turned out rather well, didn't it? Some very talented shades around here.
Oh, it's beautiful. I tried to persuade your father to hang it out in the hall, but he's too coy about such things. Though I like it where it is. A reminder to us every day and night.
Still can't believe you let me hold his spear.
I have to say, lad, this place is livelier than usual of late. Some of the old fixtures of the house getting patched up, new furnishings. It's rather nice, really. We've you to thank, don't we?
Oh, that? It's nothing. Though I'm glad it's made a difference for the better. Our contractor's been doing all the work, I'm just putting in the orders.
And the funds. Your father runs the underworld a certain way. This old house is lavish, I suppose, but he has long since ceased trying to make it livable at all. So the changes are appreciated.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, all right. I saw you voided the old pact between Orpheus and your father. So now he gets to see his wife from time to time?
He does, and I did that. I think we can stand to see a little less of him if it means he can be happier for the remainder of eternity.
You really need to learn to stop meddling in others' affairs. Did either of them even ask your help? I can't imagine Orpheus did, and I'm guessing his wife's feelings were complicated too, from what I know of the circumstances of their final meeting.
What? Orpheus is my mate, then, and I came to know his muse Eurydice as well. They still had feelings for each other, but with no way to communicate.
So you decided to step in. I think my instincts on the subject are just not the same as yours. I know your intentions were in the right place, but you know what? Forget it.
Sam, wait. Father's still up there.
Lastly, Dusa, you are not permitted to address the prince unless first spoken to. You are invisible to him. Now, are we understood?
Yes, Miss Nix. We're understood. I mean, I understand. I'll be going then.
Oh no. Thought I'd find Meg here. Here's the catch of the day. Or night. Not quite there. Hey, Orpheus, you know I'm very happy that things turned out well between you and Eurydice, but looking back, I think I might have overstepped my bounds with you a bit and wanted to say I'm sorry.
You're sorry, Zagreus? Whatever for? If not for you, I fear I never would have seen my muse again.
Well, it's just, when I met her and I found out the two of you were having problems, I just wanted to see you patch things up. But it wasn't any of my business, and you never asked my help. Neither did she. I could have made things worse.
But you didn't make things worse, my friend. And, truth be told, I do not think I ever would have asked for help at any point, because I don't entirely know how. So I am grateful to you and your generous instinct.
Well, thank you also, mate.